Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. Zero compromise.
Last Friday, Senators Portman and Brown were out at VA. A lot of what we had been hearing prior to this was, here's the recommendation and that's what it is. For the first time last week, we were hearing these changes can be made as long as they're made before it gets to the full House and the full Senate. President can change them, Air Commission can change them, the VA could change the recommendations. Senators Portman and Brown said, we don't like this recommendation. Senator Portman said, if they're going to move some of this stuff elsewhere, that makes, quote, no sense to me. Why not keep it here? What is your thoughts on that?
Oh, I feel the same way. You know, I think that this VA has a lot of assets and people are accustomed to this location as well. And I think that that's important. And we serve a large area and you're talking about moving things where some people would have to go to Dayton. And so, look, I'm a physician and I've been to the VA and I know many of the assets that they have. I think that you could do a lot of outpatient work there. And there's a lot of assets that are there, you know, where you have lab and you have some radiology and you certainly can have primary care there. If there's not a high demand for inpatient surgery, then I get that. Then we take a look at that and say, maybe we don't need to be propping that up. You know, we put into the Mission Act a couple of years ago, and I was chairing VA Health at the time, that we wanted to do an asset review of everything that we had. That's normal business process, right? And you also want to know if you're in the place where veterans are. And we do have a lot of veterans in this area. So how do we best serve them? So I think this is far from being done. And I want to be engaged with the commission, especially as a physician. You know, I hope that in this commission they come and review and look at all the assets. There's somebody who's a caregiver that understands how outpatient facilities can work, you know, what patients' needs are, that really understand the needs, and we take a look at this in a proper fashion so that we're providing the best services we can for our veterans. But truthfully, if there is no call for, say, inpatient surgery, why would we prop that up? And with the Mission Act, then you can get it locally. You know, that's what we were trying to do. You know, let me give you an example of that. In Cincinnati, the VA is right next to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. Should the VA prop up, say, a whole neurosurgery department to do 1 case a month, when right next door there's people that are willing to wear the VA logo and take care of veterans, and they're doing 10 cases a day? You see what I mean? This is the types of things that we have to look at, and also look at what assets are available in the community where we can send patients so there is no delay in care and there is no long travel for care. Bottom line is we want care to get to the patients, and we've got a lot of assets there that I think we need to take a look at. And you know, if you have empty buildings, you know, this is a campus. You know, this isn't just one hospital building. You know, the VA in Chillicothe is beautiful. Actually, it has good bones, and it's a campus. And the other things that we may need to look at is there a demand for, say, inpatient mental health? This could be a center of excellence for things like that. That's what we have to look at, what the needs are, how we can fill them best for our veterans, and make good use of the facility that's already there. I don't know that we necessarily need to build a new CBOC, community-based outpatient center, when we've got an infrastructure there already that can do that. And so I hear some of these things, and I think we need to make a good review, and I hope that I can somehow be involved with the commission as a physician and as a veteran to see what might serve this community best, our veteran community and the region.
Lastly, in its heyday, the Chillicothe VA Medical Center was known for its psychiatric hospital for veterans. Do you see that still being a part of what they do, as well as maybe addiction treatment and recovery?
Absolutely. I mean, if that's the demand, and I hear that there is, large number of demand for that, then be the center of excellence for that, you know, and especially for veterans issues related to mental health specific, which is different maybe from the civilian community, right? So let's be the best at something like that, and that I think is a great opportunity for this area. When I was a medical student, I spent a month at Marion, Indiana VA, and it was predominantly mental health there, but we provided the medical care for them, you know, beyond their mental health. And so, you know, you got to find a niche that's appropriate, but there's just too many assets in Chillicothe for us to say this is over. That's the wrong answer, and I think there's a lot we can do to serve our veterans in a very good region of the country where there's a need. But one of the things we were looking at from the VA committee is, where are our veterans going to be? So if you look and say, you know, we got the baby boomer generation, the Vietnam veterans, and they're all moving to Arizona. Well, let's make sure we got the care available for them in Arizona, you know, in an adequate way. And so those are some of the things you look at. Things change, right? And in medicine, technology changes, and the needs change, and the things that you need to provide modern medical care change. Let's keep up with that, and let's be on track.